Hello, hello. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. I'm Julie Davison. I'm so glad that you are joining us this week. It is Sunday, December 3rd. I can't hardly believe that it's December already. It's so weird filming without Mom, but we are going to be mixing it up with our schedule when it comes to filming. And Mom is actually joining me by audio today. Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. No. Hi, everybody.
I think our videos might be a little different every week. Sometimes we'll be able to join each other while filming. Sometimes we'll film together. Sometimes we might just be on our own. I think that is a perk of having our separate videos is that we can film separately. So when Mom was ready to film, I wasn't. So I joined her from my pajamas on the couch and I waited till the last minute. I really need to fix this. So it is Sunday morning as I'm filming this, and our premieres happen in just a couple hours. Nothing like the last minute. I think without further ado, let's flip the camera around and let's kick off this week's video.
All right.
Okay, so we are using the Sparkling Snowflakes bundle. This one comes from the September through December 2023 Stampin' Up! Mini catalog, and you'll find it on page 39. I love a good snowflake stamp set, and this one is so fun. It's a photopolymer stamp set, and I want to open it up. It's actually actual size in the catalog, so I don't need to open it up. But I thought when I first saw this that this was one of those reversible stamp sets and that this was the opposite side of that one, but it's actually not. There are separate stamps for each of those, which I personally love because I don't like having to clean my stamps off and flip them around. So I absolutely love this. And I'm just now thinking of a technique that I should have showed. I love doing like an emboss resist. So I'm going to have to do another project in another video with this stamp set and do
Ooh.
some emboss resist. Isn't that a good one, Mom?
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think of it, but what's really fun about this stamp set is that it bundles with the tag topper punch. Now, we've had some other tag topper punches before, and so the idea is that it has a 2-inch spot to put your cardstock, and then it punches a topper on a tag. And so it's not a traditional punch in that it punches a shape from the stamp set. So in no way does this snowflake coordinate with any of the stamp images. They just sort of go well together. And so I punched some samples to show you what this could look like. It is designed for a 2-inch window. So I used a 2-inch piece of cardstock to do this one and move these over. But you don't have to stick with just a 2-inch piece of cardstock. So I did some samples with 1 3/4 inch, 1 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 1 inch, and then check out this little 1/2 inch strip. Isn't that cute?
That is, yeah, that's fun.
Okay, so when I'm going to do this for my card or my project, I'm using a little holographic paper here. And so when I stick that in, you can kind of see like it cuts off the like you don't get any of the part up here. It's only cutting that little center design because it's so skinny. And you get that fun little decorative edge.
Wow.
And so it's like many punches in one.
Yeah.
um Okay, so that's the tag topper punch and the stamp set, and both of these are going to carry over. And so they're going to continue to be available after the catalog ends in another month. So if this isn't like, high on your list right now, focus on the other last chance things, and you'll be able to still order this one, which I'm so glad because we have a whole winter ahead of us. Winter hasn't even started yet. So this is going to be a good one to use throughout the winter. Well, the project I'm making today is not a card, although let me show you some cards to start off. Here's a card. I actually made this one during a stamp along that we did, Mom. This was um, we also used the translucent floral. So this was sort of my snowflake version of the card that you did where you cut one of those countryside corners and made like a vase for your
Yep.
flowers. And so this was my snowflake version. And then here is a swat card. I think this is from, yeah, Meg Lovin. And so she has a little skinnier tag there, really simple with just some stamped snowflakes. And then I made this one recently with an alternative color combination, Bubble Bath and Berry Burst, and then some pretty peacock on that. And I just have excuse me, the tag on the side. Oh, I should mention, I found out that the inked and tiled, um, that punch duo, you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
let me bust it out. They're from the annual catalog, and this larger one it layers really well behind the snowflake. So
Really?
let me show you. Sorry, I should have planned for this. um, Here is that shape, and then we can stick it behind there
Yeah. I
just to
like
kind of show off the other half of that. So that's what I did here with some glitter paper. And it's just kind of a fun way to highlight that snowflake shape in the snowflake tag topper punch. Okay, well, I've got a fun project for you today. I love tag topper punches. We've had these for a while, and one of my favorite projects is making a little tag topper box. And so that's what we're gonna do today. I have It's so quick and easy. I have a piece of cardstock for the base of our box. It is 2 inches by 8 inches, and I scored it already at 3.5 inches and 4.5 inches. And then I have two pieces for the sides that are 1 inch by 2, scored at 1/2 inch and 1.5. And then I punched some pieces with the double oval punch. So I got a solid one with white and blueberry bushel. This is Balmy Blue, by the way. And then that holographic paper. This was a 1/2 inch by like 3.5, I think. So we're going to start with the tag topper punch, and we're going to punch both ends of our box base. Oh, here's the sample. Look at that. It's all done. I, I didn't mean for that to slide in, but now you can kind of see the end result, and let's show how we get there. So we're going to punch both ends of the tag topper with the tag topper punch. Oh, just locked it on accident. And we make quite a little mess. This is where having that little vacuum comes in handy to get all the little pieces. I love it. My floor, I need to vacuum my carpet. I've got so many little pieces and doodads all over my floor. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do some stamping on the cardstock. So if you're gonna do any stamping, you definitely want to get that done before you put the project together. And so I'm gonna use a solid snowflake with the balmy blue, and
I never think of doing boxes. I love this, Julie.
I don't do a lot of boxes either. Mostly I do cards. But I don't know why I was thinking of this one. I guess I just had treats on my mind and how I could package up. Like this would be fun for a winter party, a Christmas party, or um, your Christmas dinner table, or just a favor or something sweet to leave for a neighbor or a coworker, to bring in for a teacher at school, or a friend in choir. I can't decide which way I like. I think I like two.
Julie, you've just given me a really good idea. I usually do a little something something for our fellow handbell choir uh, folks. And we're ringing Christmas Eve, so maybe I'll make some of these up for them and just leave them at their spots.
Yes, this is so quick and easy for something like that. Just to share, just like a little treat with somebody. It doesn't have to be a lot. I found that this little treat holder will hold 2 Ghirardelli chocolate squares, and the dark chocolate sea salt caramel are packaged up in this blue foil, which just matches kind of perfectly. So it worked out nicely. Of course, they came in a large bag, and I'll probably have to buy another one. I just want to sample and make sure that the chocolate was still good, because you never know how long it's been on the shelf.
You're
Oh, I
funny.
can't help myself, but I know. So terrible. While I was talking, I just stamped the For You. I love that this stamp has a stamp for treat packages. The For You is just perfect for a treat package, but if you prefer, the Let It Snow also fits inside that double oval punch, and so you can use that instead, and it's also just as cute. So we're going to use the For You and just label or layer that together. I love the double oval punch because it is like two punches in one with the solid shape and then the layer, and it fits those little sentiments just perfectly. Okay, that's our tag for the front. Our box has score lines already, and so we're going to fold this up. And then these pieces for the side have score lines on the ends, and we're going to use some tear and tape, and those will attach to our box sides like this to hold in our package. Now, if you want to, you could go a little bit higher on here. You just want to make sure that the top has room to close together. So I found that 1 inch was kind of a good height, but it really just depends on the treat that you're putting inside. I'm going to point out really quick that if you want to skip a box and just do like a designer paper wrap, here's another project that Stampin' Up! Has in the catalog where they just took designer paper and did the same thing, stamping both ends, but there's no scoring on this. They just wrap that paper around the chocolate and then tie and add a tag. So the box is just sort of a little extra, but you can make some cute little treats really quick with just some paper.
I think I even missed that little bag that they did in the catalog.
I always find that when I look through the catalog, sometimes I get distracted by the stamp images and the
Yes.
products, and I have to like go through and look again at just the projects because there's some real gems in there. Okay, I've taken the tear and tape off the sides, and so I'm just going to start with one coming down right here at the base, and I can just kind of give that a good push from the back side and then fold it up. So just one side at a time here. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side.
So darn cute.
Now, if you're making a whole bunch of these, then you can have a 2-inch piece of cardstock and just score all the way down at 1/2 inch and 1.5, and then cut the 1-inch increments so that you don't have to individually score those side pieces. So it makes it a lot easier to just kind of do that all as one big piece. Does that make sense?
It does.
Do you
And
think
that's
I
what
should
I'm gonna
show
do.
that really quick, or is it? Oh, you do think I should? Let me show you really quick. I'll be fast. Sometimes when you're like making a lot, I love to do like assembly on it. Oh, okay, I hear you. You like assembly line too.
Yeah.
So okay, so 2 inches wide, and then with my score plate. Okay, I hear you now. You're gonna score at a 1/2 inch, and then a 1.5 inch. I'm actually using my 1/2 inch line. Okay, now she's literally just laying here under me. I don't know what she's working. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know if you can see the whole line
Yeah.
has got the scores, and then you can just like cut off the 1-inch pieces like this and just keep going. So if you're doing a whole bunch of boxes, kind of that's a good way. I don't know what's gotten into her. Usually she's so quiet. Okay, gosh,
So
we're
Julie,
almost.
while you're there, you should just keep going so you can make mine.
I'll, I'll send you some pieces. Okay, our project is almost done. I'm using the Simply Elegant trim 155766. It comes with gold and silver, but I will warn you, I think this might currently be not orderable, so don't yell at me if it is. But it will be back. So if you want to get a package of this and do some tag topper with a different shape for Valentine's Day, ooh, or I'm sure you've got other ribbon or twine or baker's twine or something like that that you can use. So we're gonna put our chocolates inside the box, and then oh my goodness gracious. Um, I'm actually getting a little worried because doesn't ever she doesn't ever bark, and she is laying down and barking. She must hear something outside.
That would be my guess.
Okay. So I'm just going to cut, and I sort of brought it through on one side of the snowflake. So it went through in the middle and then coming up on the right side. And then I'm going to tie a bow tie that package together. And then
Nice.
oh, I always fuss with these too much.
Yeah.
You get the idea. Trip that off. And then we're going to add a Stampin' Dimensional or two underneath our tag. Now, for this project, I stuck with sort of colors that were similar. So I used Blueberry Bushel and Balmy Blue. But I wanted to show you some other, Stampin' Up! Calls them color buddies. These are colors that are really similar and go well for two-step stamping or monochromatic projects like this one. So the colors that I used were Balmy Blue and Blueberry Bushel, but the other color buddy that would go with that would be Azure Afternoon. And you can
Ooh,
see
yeah.
they're kind of, yeah, all the same tone, just different shades. And then another color buddy pairing that you might use for snowflakes is Pool Party, Lost Lagoon, and Pretty Peacock.
Hmm.
And when you put them together, you really see like the difference. These are definitely all more green as compared to the Blueberry Bushel and Azure Afternoon. Another great color buddy combination is Boho Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Night of Navy.
Those are so pretty.
So I just wanted to share some color buddies as you're working on monochromatic projects like this one to give you some ideas of some other blues that you can pair together for your snowflake project.
You're brilliant, Jay.
Oh, brilliant. The color buddies comes from Stampin' Up, not me. But it is good sometimes like to see those colors together because sometimes I feel like I don't know which color to put right with Balmy Blue or Blueberry Bushel. And certainly you can mix them. Like you could do Balmy Blue and Night of Navy, like that works for sure. And I've done Balmy Blue and Pretty Peacock, and that's pretty too. So there's not a wrong combination. But if you're looking for some that naturally go together, then there's some pairings that you could try.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'll show off my card or my project one more time. Oh my gosh, I love these little tag topper treat boxes. And I hope that you'll give it a try at home, whether you have the Sparkling Season bundle or another tag topper punch for any occasion, whether it is winter or Valentine's Day or a little birthday treat. I think this cute little box can be used for so many occasions. Well,
Absolutely.
this is still so weird having two different videos, but I am loving the interaction that we're having during the dual live premieres. And so at this time, it's time to head over to Mom's channel to watch part 2 of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, so we can see what Mom created with the Sparkling Season bundle. So click right here in the middle of the screen and head on over to Mom's channel to see her project. Are you ready, Mom? Let's flip the camera over.
All right. See you in a bit.
We'll see you over there. Bye, everybody. Have a good week.